streaming. Oops. Maybe I should get my chat back out. There we go. And that should come over. There we go. Make sure. Okay. Fantastic. Fantastic. Okay. Let's get things in order. And we want to go here. Change up our camera.
A new severe thunderstorm warning has been issued.
What's going on, guys? What's going on, Mason? Okay. Nice little surface low spinning out over here. Moving into southwestern PA. This storm is booking it. This has got to be moving like 65 miles per hour. How fast is this thing moving?
Attention.
35 miles per hour. I don't believe that. This thing looks like it's booking it. Although, actually, I do have my radar sped up, so never mind. I have the motion on 2.5 times, so that actually does make more sense. That does make more sense. If I went back here into settings and I put it to regular speed, that's what it would look like. So that does make sense. I've been moving a little bit quickly. I have it 2 hours back to instead of 1 hour. Let me go 1 hour back. Yeah, I like it 2 hours back. 6-minute steps. We could go to 2-minute steps, which actually smooths it out a little bit. But I think it takes a little bit more processing power. We're going to have 4 steps. There we go. All right, we got a lot to talk about. What we got in here? Tornado warning. NWS alerts. All right. Tornado warning. There we are. All right. Tornado warning remains in effect until 3:15 p.m. for northwestern Fayette and southwestern Westmoreland counties. Severe thunderstorm capable of producing both tornadoes and extensive straight-line wind damage were located near Perryopolis, or 13 miles west of Connellsville, moving east at 50 miles per hour.
Attention. This flash flood warning has been updated.
All right, so this is heading east towards Mount Pleasant, Connellsville, out towards Somerset, Boswell, and Eddy, PA. Let's take a look at our velocities. Oh, wow. Hello. That looks like some strong wind right there. Headed east. Yes, indeed, that does.
New information. This severe thunderstorm warning has been updated. Attention. A new special weather statement has been issued.
Well, there you go. 40 minutes away from Somerset. About 15 from Connellsville and Mount Pleasant. All right. Yeah, that's that looks like some damaging wind here. 70 mile per hour radar indicated winds. Could be more than that. Could be more than that. Let's take a look here. 75, yep, 75, 83 mile per hour winds. 83 mile per hour radar indicated winds in here. There you go. Again, that is southwestern PA, just to the west of Mount Pleasant, Connellsville, and Somerset. That's a big thing that's going on. We also have got some 60 mile per hour radar indicated winds and inch hail up here, just to the west of State College. In PA to the northwest of Altoona. Not much else going on. We could check out here. Lafayette. 60 mile per hour radar indicated winds. Inch hail. Probably the same for Fowler. Same thing. Indiana. Quickly take a look at our national radar. Nice little low pressure system. You can actually see this if you're on TikTok. You can actually see the low spinning here. on the satellite. Mostly just strong thunderstorms, though. Mostly just strong thunderstorms. Nothing too severe. Down here in the southern plains. We could get going in the northern plains here in a little bit. We really could. Let me go to our model. Let me go to the latest HRRR really quickly. 17Z. How's Texas looking with flooding? Yeah, we'll go over rainfall and everything here in a second. What's going on, Southern Mama? Yeah, there's a little. It shouldn't be that. It shouldn't be too bad a day. It shouldn't be too bad a day. I was pulling soundings out here outside of around Ohio and PA, and I wasn't seeing anything too aggressive. Anyways, here's the latest HRRR. These storms are going to continue to push east through PA, upstate New York. We could get a second round. You can see here as we get into around 7 p.m. Through portions of Indiana, Ohio, northern West Virginia, and central to western PA again. Again, this is around 7 p.m. 8, 9, 10, 11. I think these most of these storms are strong, not severe by this point. But as we approach the late evening, 11 o'clock, 12. Although portions of eastern Montana and the western Dakotas could see some strong storms as we get later into the evening, 9, 10 o'clock and on. Not seeing anything too bad down here in Texas. Some potential cells trying to fire off here late into the evening, 10, 11 o'clock. These aren't expected to be too bad, but we'll watch it. Just out to the west of Dallas later on this evening. Some storms in and around eastern Oklahoma and western Arkansas as well. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So early to mid-evening, we'll watch for a possible spin up in there. Some small hail, some damaging wind potential. Hello, Miss Cantori. So that's what's going on with our severe weather today. We'll circle back to that in a second. SPC, convective outlook. Let's do this. Here's today. Just in case you didn't already know. And here's tomorrow. Oh, we got it enhanced. We got an upgrade. We got an upgrade. I need like a... I need one of those... I need that. You know what I mean? I need a soundboard with funny sounds on it. Upgrade sounds. We have an upgrade. Enhanced. I think there's going to be a tornado risk. I think it could be triggered by the tornado risk. Still only a 2%, so it's triggered by the wind risk. I think we get an upgraded tornado risk out here tomorrow. But hey, 30% SIG 1. 80 plus, 90 plus mile per hour winds potential out here tomorrow. And then moving on to, these days look significant to me. Tuesday and Wednesday, this is our day 4 and day 5 risk. Especially day 5. Sioux Falls, Des Moines. We'll see if it gets farther south. Omaha will be in a risk zone on Wednesday. But Minneapolis, Duluth, Fargo. Who else do we have up here? St. Cloud's in there. Yep, St. Cloud, Bemidji. You know, all you peoples. All of Minnesota. Northwestern Wisconsin. Central to northern Iowa. Northeastern Nebraska. Eastern South Dakota. Eastern North Dakota. I think we're going to get definitely going to get an enhanced up here. Maybe a moderate. Definitely an enhanced. We're probably going to have an enhanced both of these days. We might get a moderate one of these days. It looks wild to me. Let me educate you guys real quick on what these days look like. Let me educate. I don't think my roof is going to go out that far yet, but I'll take a look.
Attention, a new special weather statement has been issued.
I'll take a look. Storms in a level 1 risk. Yeah, that's nothing.
New information. This severe thunderstorm warning.
Let's see if we go off. All right, so this is Tuesday. Yes, this. I mean, look at this. Look at these supercells up in Canada on Tuesday. And no, this isn't just the radar being crazy. No, we could have coconut freaking hail. Maybe not coconut size, okay? Softball size hail up in Canada and strong tornadoes up in Canada on Tuesday. I'm not kidding. This day is going to go enhanced. It could go moderate. Hey, I appreciate the sub. Thank you, Seth. Appreciate that. Yeah, I think for sure Tuesday's going to be wild. Wednesday could be worse. Let me pull over to the GFS. Good old GIFS. And here we go. Okay. Let's take a look at the 500 millibar because that's not going to show me anything. Future reflectivity on the GFS out that far looks dumb. Okay. 500 millibar. Strong 500 millibar flow. Check. You need that. Check. Strong 500 millibar flow. 850. 925. Strong flow from the south. Actually, let's highlight how this is working. Here's our 500 millibar flow, at least according to the latest GFS. Whoa. Here's our 500 millibar flow. Okay, at around 10 p.m. Okay, we've got short waves, short waves, short waves, kind of short waves through here. And our flow is like this. Now let's go to the 850. Southerly flow. Where's our convergent? Where's our convergence? Where's our short waves? Our winds are converging right here, right where we have those pretty significant kinks. Those pretty significant kinks in our isobar. Shortwave troughs. I'm telling you, watch out. I can't, listen, I'm going to sound really dumb right now, but I literally can't remember what. Hold up. Manitoba. Okay, thank you. Manitoba. I didn't even have to look, I swear. Southern Manitoba. No, wait. Yes, Southern Manitoba. Southern Manitoba. This could be it. This could be the spot.
New information.
If we put, I don't think, you know, the SB, if we did risk zones up here, I think Southern Manitoba could get a moderate on Wednesday or on Tuesday. But we could be very spicy down here as well throughout the Dakotas, potentially portions of the upper Midwest. So I'm going to hopefully get a lot of Canadian subscribers and followers on Tuesday. Expand my reach. Cindy DeBlista, Call of Duty, Mud Dog, what's cracking? Ottawa, Illinois for the rest of today. Where's Ottawa, Illinois? Oh, there you are. Well, here, really quickly for our outlook today. You guys are in a little bit of a marginal. You guys could see. I'll jump over there really quickly just to show you. Since we're super fast over here. Storms could begin firing off in and around that region. 5.
Attention.
Yeah, between 5 and
Warning has been issued.
between 5 and 10 p.m., we could have thunderstorms firing off in and around central to northern Illinois. I don't think they're going to be too significant, but keep your alerts on. It's possible you get some hail in there. A random weak EF0 spin up. It's possible. Anyways, yeah, I wanted to really quickly continue to talk about this. Check out as we get into Wednesday. Watch this. Watch this. Watch our 500 millibar jet absolutely spaz out. Watch this. What is happening? Look at our 500 millibar. We're talking close to 100 knots at the 500 millibar level. 94 knots on the latest GFS. So let's keep, okay, and you can see where where we're starting to get these kinks in the short wave through here, right? Here's our strong southwesterly flow. Let's go to the 850. Interesting because you've got a low down here, upper level low with the strong, well, actually this would be at the 850 surface low. Strong southerly winds, but then up here you actually have weirdly westerly winds. So you do have some pretty good convergence of your winds. The timing doesn't look correct to me, but actually earlier on in the day, this is when it looks correct. Okay, so let's take a look. Here we go. Here's a very strong south-southwesterly flow earlier on in the day on Wednesday. Where's our 500 millibar here, though? There it is. Strong winds. So right now, I mean, this could be the area to watch on Wednesday specifically. Let's go to our At least right now, there's where the majority of the instability is. We look at our helicity, violent rotation. There, yep. I mean, look at that. That's where I'm not concerned about down here to the south. There's our supercell composite. See how it's east? So I actually think
New information.
surface to
This
500
severe
millibar.
thunderstorm warning has been updated.
I actually think we may see this day 5, Wednesday. I think this may shift even further east, something like this. It may amplify as well. I think we may see a risk zone, something like this. We'll have to see, though. Because the bulk of our shear is here, but our instability and you know, our buoyancy is going to be east. Our intersecting severe parameters are a little bit off to the east here, even though the bulk of our shear is out here to the west. I think we're going to end up being out here. Our risk zone is going to be out here a little bit farther to the east. And I think we could have a moderate day if things continue how they're looking. That's what's going on with that. Okay, I want to take everyone's questions now. Let me just do one last thing. And
Attention, a new flash flood warning has been
okay, I'm
issued.
going to turn off alerts for a second. How about that? And let's...
Attention,
What the
a
heck?
new special weather statement has been
How
issued.
can we still hear that? I turned it off. Oh, it's because... Oh, I see. Okay, should be good now. All right. What a pretty... satellites are getting so good. What a pretty satellite. Look, you can see the sun moving in the beginning here. Look at that. So there's this big upper level low moving through the southern plains. Here's our jet stream. Kind of omega block jet stream, right? There's our jet stream. So cooler conditions, drier conditions moving in. Well, not really necessarily drier, but cooler conditions moving into the northwest right now. Some cooler conditions up in the northeast. Here's our subtropical jet cranking right out here. And we got another, you can see upper level low here. So it's wrapped around like this, and the tail of it, oops, let's draw this better. The tail of it here is what's causing our severe weather, right? Severe weather along this line. Here's another low. There's a reason we have some severe weather here. And then this is our jet stream here. So we're going to have a low pressure forming along the south side of this jet, and that's where our severe threat up here is coming from today. So you can see this all on the satellite, and our jet stream's kind of flowing like this. So these lows form along the jet stream. That's where you get the vorticity. So yeah, pretty interesting setup today. We've got some, you can see this large low pressure system spinning here. This is an area of concern. We might have a hurricane on our hands in the next 48 hours down here, if I'm being honest. And then you can see another area spinning right here off the coast of Central America. There it is, another low pressure system right there. And then you can also see Tropical Storm Amanda. There she is. Ooh, spinning quickly. Look at her. You go, Amanda. A lot of dry air being pulled in. A lot of dry air being pulled in right here. And if you look a little bit out, I think it's entering some high shear out to the west as well. Actually, it doesn't look like too. Yeah, it is. A lot of shear right here. This is a high shear environment, and it's sucking in some dry air from the southeast. So this is going to fall apart very quickly. So that's what's going on there. And if you taking a look at the National Hurricane Center, this disturbance 1 in the Pacific, could go through TCG, tropical cyclogenesis, within the next 48 hours and be a tropical depression, tropical storm. Same with this disturbance down here. We may have 3 tropical cyclones on our hands in the next 48 hours if Amanda can hold on long enough. But wait, there's more. Who says that? But wait, there's more. GFS, what do you have for us? Anything interesting? Let's see. Well, there's the GFS. Both of these going through TCG. You can see our tropical systems down there. The GFS does intensify this potentially to a Cat 2, Cat 3. over the next 5 to 7 days. And, I mean, maybe a Cat 4. 954 millibar low pressure. Very strong hurricane. That's on the GFS. And then that slams into Central America. That wouldn't be very good. But the GFS also does this. It pulls some convection into the eastern Gulf, spins it up, and potentially tries to throw a tropical depression or tropical storm into, I mean, I'm not going to look at exactly where it makes landfall, the Great Bend of Florida, or Big Bend of Florida, but just something to watch. Most models do have some convection floating up into the Gulf. Waters are warm. There'll be a pocket, a period of time where the shear lets up in here, and there'll be a small window for development. So we'll watch that. Regardless, this thing's going to get pushed up the coast and likely cause all sorts of issues, potentially flooding and severe wise, as we get into next weekend. So that's what's going on there. All right, now let me take questions. I did, there was something interesting. I know I always delay the questions. There was something interesting, and I posted it in the Discord today, and I don't know if people saw. But I guess I should just cover it. Ensembles, hurricane. Here you go. So let's update plot 00Z. Okay, so here is. All right, so yeah, this is the Google DeepMind FNV3 nothing. GenCast. We've got multiple areas of concern on the GenCast. You can see it's trying to throw multiple. This would be like a Cat 1. This would be a tropical storm Cat 1. This would be a tropical storm. GenCast, our AI model, is trying to throw multiple, is trying to produce multiple systems, tropical systems in the Gulf. Pretty far out, though. And then I believe the Euro is seeing some interesting things as well. Yeah, look at this. Look at the Euro. So, interesting. Let's keep our eyes on the Gulf. I'm done. I promise. I promise I'll shut up now. I promise. What's going on, everyone? Hi, Mesomat. I love you too. I love you, son. Billy Mays OxyClean. That's right. But wait, there's more. Is there potential for severe storms for central Ohio today? Yes. We had a nice storm this morning, and now it's very sunny. Yeah, you can actually see these storms beginning to initiate back out to your west. These are going to move east through central Ohio. Let's take a look at the latest. The latest. Ooh, we didn't even take a look at our live observations. You know, me and Matt love a little bit of RTMA. A little RTMA action. Look at our theta E. Let's take a look at our theta E. What is theta E? It's the combination. You get a certain amount of points for how hot it is. You get a certain amount of points for how moist and dewy it is. And the more hot and the more dewy it is, the theta E combines that energy and puts it into a total. So instead of having to look at my temperatures and dew points separately, I can look at theta E. Once you get to about 350 theta E, that's a very energized area. Lots of hot air, lots of moist air. Theta E isn't even that hot. It isn't even that crazy out here. But it's look at the theta E starting to creep east towards Ohio. Here's almost getting to 350 Indianapolis. This is moving into Ohio. So you're about to get even hotter and even Ohio, you're about to get even hotter and even moister. Sorry, you guys can't see what I'm looking at there. There you go. Listen, there's no other way for me to say it. You're going to get hot and moist. There's no other way for me to say it. Here's your theta E. This was earlier in the morning. Here we go. And this is now, or around now. You can see theta E, that really, really energized thunderstorm air is creeping east. And with it, obviously, take a look at the radar. If we move this back a little bit, we're starting to get those thunderstorms fire off. They're following that 350 mark on the theta E. So these storms are going to be moving east. I can actually quickly show you on the HRRR sheet, go into our future reflectivity. Here, let me go back. Let's get up to go to the 18Z. There you go. This would be 5 p.m., 6, 7, don't say anything, 8, 9, 10. So, yeah, you could have some nice thunderstorms moving through central Ohio this evening. How are your clouds? Is the sky clearing up there right now? Let's take a look. I should be able to. There you go. Yeah, your skies are clearing up there right now. Take a look at the satellite. Yeah, a little bit of daytime heating is going to come back in, and these storms will have some instability that they're moving back into. Do you know what the main threat is for Wednesday? Wednesday, I think we're going to have damaging wind, large hail, strong tornadoes. We're going to have all that for Wednesday. Wednesday looks wild. Where's Matt? Did Matt go away? I need to talk to Matt about Wednesday. Also Tuesday, our freaking tornado threat in our softball size hail and tornado threat in southern Manitoba. Tufts, what's going on? The blood. Mezzo, I love you. Wednesday looks wild. It does. Wednesday does, in fact, look wild to me. Yeah, it does. Let me quickly give you guys some updates on what's happening with our storms. Let me turn my alerts back on. Here you go. We've got a severe thunderstorm warning out here. 80 mile per hour radar indicated winds. Let's get into a little bit more of a high def radar. Look at that. All right, look at that. 117 mile per hour radar indicated winds. 120 mile per hour radar indicated winds moving just east of Mount Pleasant. I don't think we're that high. I think this is a little bit off. Let me actually switch this over to storm relative velocity. And we're seeing this is probably more accurate. 80 to 90 mile per hour winds in here moving through Bear Rocks east. So yeah, I would take shelter, or at least make sure you're inside if you're out here. Donegal, Eddie, Boswell, Central City. This is heading east towards you. Damaging winds. I don't see a rotation in here, but yeah, damaging straight line winds for sure. You can see the bow echo forming. I would pay attention over in Somerset as well. This is moving out towards Cumberland, Bedford, Johnstown. This is going to cause some trouble. Yeah, ride him, cowboy. Sorry, the blood. I missed it when you sent that. I totally missed it. I appreciate it. Has TikTok banned my stream yet like it likes to do? Yeah. TikTok's been the worst lately. 15 people in my stream on TikTok. And I have 130K followers. Yeah, it's been an issue on TikTok lately. I've been getting like strikes and bans and all sorts of stuff every time I stream for like low quality content and copied content, and I don't know what the heck's going on at TikTok, but their bots are stupid. Their algorithm's messed up. Like I don't even know what to do anymore. I'll post a video, it'll get 15,000 views. I'll post the next video, it'll get 5 views. I'll post the next video, it'll get like 100. Then I'll post the next one, it'll get 20,000. Then I'll post the next one, it'll get 29 views. I'm like, at this point, I don't really care. I'm kind of just focusing on my YouTube, but yeah, I don't think we'll ever know. I don't think we'll ever know what the heck's going on at TikTok. Ever since it's come over, ever since the US bought it and switched it over, nothing but issues. SBC already has slight risk Tuesday, Wednesday. Yep, it looks wild. We were talking about it earlier. Taking a look at the GFS, upper air.
A new severe thunderstorm warning has been issued.
500 millibar. Look at this as we get into Tuesday. Wild, with significant short waves developing through southern Manitoba, North Dakota, northwestern, and northern Minnesota. You can see this area here. Very concerning on the 500 millibar map. And then we take a look at the 850. I mean, I'm telling you, this area right here, if we don't see a downtrend, we could see 90 plus mile per hour winds, softball plus size hail, EF3 plus strength tornadoes. We're going to have plenty of instability, really strong wind convergence, a very strong LLJ, a very strong 500 millibar southwesterly flow. Our dew point should be very high. I haven't even checked, but I'm sure the dews are going to be very high this day as well. Yep, 350 to 360 theta E. Take a look at the dew points. Into the 70s into Canada. Yeah. Yeah. Mid-80s. Yeah. This would be a wild day if we don't see a downtrend. For sure. This would be a wild day. And then it gets... But I think it could potentially be even crazier on Wednesday. Just look at this jet streak. I mean, 4, 5, 6. Look at this. You've got some kinks in our isobars out here. We've got 100 knot winds at the 500 millibar level. Down at the 925 and 850. Strong flow. Very strong flow. We're talking about... Depending on, I mean, pushing 70 knots at the LLJ, depending on where it shows up. Yeah, it could be a crazy day. Instability is going to be off the charts. Surface instability.
Attention, a new tornadic destructive severe.
We're talking about almost 4,000 joules per kilogram of CAPE. Oh, destructive? All right. Okay, that's a little loud. Why doesn't it turn off when I hit that? That should be turning. Oh, it does. Okay. Let's take a look at that. We have a destructive thunderstorm warning.
New information. This severe thunderstorm warning
At least we
has been
should.
updated.
Let's go to our radar. Here we go. Yep, destructive damage threat. We were just talking about this one. Somerset, Eddy, Rockwood, Berlin, Myersdale. This is Boswell, headed out towards Bedford and Rainsburg. Severe thunderstorm warning for western Bedford County and south central Pennsylvania, Somerset County and south central Pennsylvania until 4:15 p.m. Severe thunderstorms were located along a line extending from near Ligonier to, I don't know how to pronounce that, to Seven Springs, to New Centreville, to near Friendsville. Interesting. Moving east at 55 miles per hour. 80 mile per hour wind gusts and quarter size hail. So Somerset, Bedford, Myersville, Berlin, Friedens, Boswell, Central City, Buffalo Hills, Acosta, Ursina, I don't know how to say these names, New Centersville, and Lake Gordon. Destructive damage threat. Strong, very damaging straight line winds headed east. Right now on the velocity is picking up 110 mile per hour winds. Relative storm velocity, this subtracts the speed of the storm from the wind speeds that we see on here, so it's typically more accurate. We're seeing right now 50 to 60 mile per hour winds, although you can see here we're seeing 80, 90 mile per hour gusts in here, even on the storm relative velocity. And sometimes you have to account for storm speed. The faster a storm moves, it can actually increase the winds at the surface as well. So sometimes I think you should be mixing the speeds that you're seeing on the regular velocity and storm relative velocity. These are cranking. Yep, that's what's going on. All right. Do I think East gets severe next Thursday from the same system? What? There could be severe weather moving up the coast next weekend from a tropical system that's going to be meandering into the Gulf and might get picked up by the jet stream. But it's too hard to tell. Oh, are you saying from that same system that's moving through the upper Midwest and Northern Plains Tuesday and Wednesday? Possibly. It might stay too far north. Might be like maybe just upper New England. But yeah, possibly. Yeah. Severe weather always continues to push off to the east. Yeah. Potentially. I mean, I could take a look at how that's showing up.
New information. This severe thunderstorm warning has been updated.
It's hot in here. It's hot in my office. Although it always gets hot because I wear my headphones, but whatever.
Attention.
It's like having
a new
earmuffs
severe
on.
thunderstorm warning has been issued.
So, GFS next weekend. So, yeah, there's your Tuesday, Wednesday, and then this moves east. Jeez, Thursday. Holy smokes.
New information.
Thursday could be interesting as well. We're going to have severe threat Thursday for the Midwest. Friday, you see how far north it is? Saturday, Sunday. See, it kind of just, the East might avoid it. Although this is what I'm watching next weekend. This is actually after next weekend. This could be a Sunday night threat. Yeah, it doesn't look too bad for the East right now. Man, I'm tired. Euro AI likes it. Yeah. The Euro AI is getting better too. Well, I'm not going to be on much longer. I've got the kids today. The wife's out enjoying her Saturday. So, but I wanted to hop on here and give some updates. I have a 18-minute video that I posted today talking about everything. Severe weather today and tomorrow, the severe weather Tuesday, Wednesday, the tropics, temperature outlook, precipitation outlook. Oh, I did tell someone I was going to take a look at the precipitation. Let me go to the GFS real quick. Actually, let's go to the national blend. Let's go to the national blend. And let's take a look at precipitation. Total quantitative precipitation. Let's push out a week to next Saturday. Who's the big winner on rainfall over the next 7 days? Pacific Northwest, Montana, portions of North Dakota, Minnesota, Northwestern Wisconsin, these areas. Look at this. Nice rainfall for the Ohio Valley, portions of the Midwest there. Some good rainfall along the Gulf for portions of Texas, Louisiana, Alabama, and Mississippi, and then central to South Florida is going to get smacked. Especially southern Florida and the Keys. Not a lot of rainfall over the next 7 days for the East Coast. And the desert Southwest, well, it's going to be a desert. Shocker. D for dry. D for dry. Wet. 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 Super wet. Super wet. There you go. I hope that was a good explanation. We are expecting heavy storms tonight, about 7 p.m. starting till 9 or 10 p.m. in Philly. 9 or 10? Let's look at the latest updates. Because I think we have the 18Z loading right now. We do, in fact. We do, in fact. 1 second, guys. Okay, let me actually move this up. Okay. Here we go. For Philly right now, the latest HRRR is thinking closer to 7. That's 7 Central. 8. It's closer to 8. Closer to 8. 8. Storms may be out of your hair by 9 p.m. There could be some lingering behind, though. We'll have to see. I wouldn't say. I'd say some strong. It's possible. It's possible you get some strong winds, maybe some small hail in and around 8 p.m., give or take an hour. Yeah.
Attention! A new severe thunderstorm warning has been issued.
Definitely. All right, guys. I'm gonna hop off. Like I said, I have a long video on my page talking about everything. Severe weather today, tomorrow, Tuesday, Wednesday, the tropics. Temperatures coming up here. By the way, if you haven't seen, there's our June 12th to June 16th temperature forecast. Look, big cool down for the plains. Look at that. Mid to late June. Below average temperatures. Beautiful. Crazy. Precipitation-wise, though, we're going to be pretty wet. Very dry for the West Coast, though. Everyone enjoy your Saturday. I'll see if I can hop back on later or tomorrow. I'll try to put out another video tomorrow as well. We're going to be watching the golf closely. We're going to be watching the golf very, very, very closely. As we get into next week for some tropical activity. Could have a hurricane on our hands in the Pacific. One of these two bad boys could be a hurricane really in the next 3 to 4 days. This one could get really intense down here. Yeah. And then again, could be potentially the most significant severe weather we've seen all year in the upper Midwest and Northern Plains next week. Everyone, enjoy your day. Mods, I appreciate you. Even though it's been slow, I always appreciate when you hop in here. I love you guys. Later, everyone. Oh, and don't forget, if you want all the updates, weather updates every single day, you can join my Discord, Connor's Climate Corner. Or just go to any of my YouTube videos and click on the link in the description. It's an awesome weather Discord.